You know that feeling when you're reading something that just gets you? That odd sense of being met and led by somebody you'll actually never meet, that you'll never know? Have you read some writing or heard some music or seen something that exposes you to what you've had inklings of, but couldn't have fully realized without their help? You feel like it gets inside you. This art form knows what's inside of you even better than you, and then leads you into the open, leads you further into your own fulfillment. And I don't know about you, but I've felt like, thank you. You've written that just for me. And this author or this composer could have been dead for centuries, or at least for years. Well, music does that for me. I get inside of music and the composer gets inside of me. I'm drawn into a wealth of experience beyond my circumstances. And I have the great musician and humanitarian Leonard Bernstein to thank for that. Leonard Bernstein is my mentor, my intimate mentor. He's taught me, shown me, led me by the hand into the riches not only of music, but of the purpose of human life. Dead for 30 years, he teaches me now. He is my intimate mentor. Even though he was a towering force way beyond my capacities, he was human. I am human. And that connects me. That enlivens me. I somehow can track his powers enough to spark my own. This guy had an uncanny ability to branch eras from the classical era, the 19th century and before, into the crazy, complex 20th century, and he still leads me in the 21st century. He was born when the supremacy of Euro-based culture was unquestioned, when it was the moral and the written law to exclude, to oppress. And he, as a Jew, had to break into places that would be excluded by Jews and other cultures. He was American when prestigious positions were only admitted to Europeans. He invited Black artists onto the great stages of musicianship when they were otherwise, at that time, totally excluded. He was homosexual when it could get you arrested. This guy fought upstream and conquered the powers that would hold him back. I could go on and on, but my timer tells me I can't. What I want to share with you is, yes, he had an enormous, prodigious intellect and a feeling nature, an emotional intelligence to match, and a bodily force to kick the derriere of the status quo. But what really makes him a mentor for me is his humanity. How can I call him a mentor when he's from another world? Is he a hero or is he a mentor? A hero is up there in the stratosphere, exalted beyond, with powers beyond our reach. And there's a risk of hero worship and of not developing our own powers in relation to that hero. Whereas a mentor is a fellow traveler and maybe just a little ahead of us. So the mentor can feel with us, walk with us, and understand our confusion and provide guidance. That's what makes the difference for me. I'm going to read something to you that really connects me with Leonard Bernstein. He gave a speech where he said, I'll read it to you. The best I can do is to remind you of the life or death importance of living out the will to love. To remind you by my personal confession of success or failure in my own struggle to make love a practiced reality. To remind you by nudging your awareness and my own of the profound moral imperative we share to make our lives into a moment by moment, uninterrupted action of bearing witness. Bearing witness, that is consciousness. And then he goes on to say, to pray that our boastfully called divine spark, our pilot light, that little blue flame, which is our capacity to love, that little light may never be extinguished as long as we inhabit this wonderful earth with one another.